So you've decided to apply to your first grant, but you've never done it before. Or maybe you have, but you're trying to figure out what you need to do in order to actually win the funding. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 things every artist or creator should do before applying to a music grant. Let's go. Are you an artist, producer, engineer, or music professional that's looking for funding for your music career? Could you benefit from having funding for studio time, mixing and mastering, or even marketing costs? I think I have something for you. I've written a free ebook. It's 9 pages, super short and digestible, where I break down the 6 main places that artists and professionals like yourself can find funding for their musical projects. If this sounds like it's of value to you, please click the link below and you can download this for free today and benefit from this knowledge. I hope this helps. I'll see you guys soon. Peace. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy 5-Piece producer and engineer extraordinaire. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'm excited to finally start talking about more grant stuff. This is going to be especially helpful if you're a Canadian citizen or from a country where you have grant programs. Not every place offers this, but the ones that do, you have an amazing opportunity in front of you, and I'm excited to help you win some of this funding for yourself. Before we dive into today's video, though, I want to ask that you please like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification and stay tuned for more helpful videos. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this grant stuff and other stuff that will benefit you as a music creator. So in today's lesson, we're going to talk about 5 things that every single music creator should do before applying to their first grant. Let's start with number 1. Number 1, put out music, or just put out whatever it is you want to get funded. What I'm trying to say here really is make sure you have a proof of concept. If you're applying for a grant, a music grant, let's say, and you're applying to maybe make a bunch of singles or make an album, but you've never put out a bunch of singles or an album before, probably not going to get funding for that. Grant organizations want to fund people that they know are actually going to see through the work that they're saying they're going to do, okay? So you need to make sure that you've done these things that you're applying for, and a very easy first step to that is just making sure that you put out music. Or maybe you want to make a video, make sure that you have a video already out. Whatever it is, make sure that you have a proof of concept that you can do this, and that the grant organization can easily find and look at and be like, oh, okay, this guy's actually going to make this happen. Okay, so this is the first thing to consider. Make sure that you put out music or put out whatever kind of content that you want to create with the music funding. Number 2, create a website. What we really want to have here is a hub for all of your artistry, all of your accomplishments and your achievements. We basically want a place where a grant organization or any individual can actually find you online, see who you are, listen to your music, watch your videos, and get a real solid understanding of who you are. The reason why we want to create a website especially is because it's going to make you look highly credible. A lot of people don't have websites and don't have certain things in place that ultimately detract from them, especially during the grant application process. But imagine how you would look to an organization if you're applying with amazing music and an amazing proposal, and then when somebody Googles your name, your website pops up and it looks super professional. This doesn't need to be a really intricate website. In fact, it could be a simple 1-page website that just has a couple of key things on it, but that will definitely set you apart from a lot of other applicants, especially if you're the only one that has a website over other artists. Okay, so number 2, create a website. Definitely need to make that happen. Number 3, write an artist biography. An artist bio is essential for every artist. You're going to need it, not only for grants and applying to them, but also for media outreach and dealing with PR. So the one thing that you could do right now is start to draft an artist bio, and this will come in handy for the second point, which is creating a website. When you create your website, you're going to want to have some sort of bio that lets people know who you are. Better to move on this sooner than later. Also, when we're applying to grants, you usually have to create support materials. These support materials can be a bunch of different things, but almost always do they include an artist bio or an artist one sheet or 1 page as they call it. This is basically a 1 page with some pictures, some links, and also a write-up of who you are, what you've accomplished, and all that so far. So definitely make sure that you have an artist bio, make sure it's legit and super well written so the person reading it knows that this person that's applying is a professional. Number 4, get active on social media and in real life. There's a few reasons why we want to do this. First of all, if you're an artist, you want to try to connect with as many people as possible and show these people your music, or at least get them interested. So by being active on social media, you're increasing the chances of somebody discovering you and your music. The other thing too is a lot of these grant organizations, they're going to look to see, how are you doing in the music marketplace? Do you actually have fans? Are you actually interacting with people? Are you putting your best foot forward? And artists who are actually engaging with fans on social media are much more likely to be successful and attract a fan base, cultivate an audience. So you want to make sure that you are posting regularly on social media and making a really solid effort when it comes to marketing yourself online. Now, the other thing too is though, you don't want to just be talking to people online, but also talking to people in real life. You need to be networking and shaking hands and getting yourself out there. And a lot of people that are bigger in the music industry are not always online or as accessible online. They might be somebody more behind closed doors that you need to seek out and connect with. I have a lot of people that I've connected with who are exactly like this, and you could reach out to them a million times via DM, but they'll never open it. But the second you see them in real life and shake their hand, it's going to be love. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you are not only active on social media with your audience, but also making an effort outside of that in real life, engaging real people and engaging these higher ups who, may be a part of a grant organization so that they actually know who you are. All right, and the final point, number 5. Make sure that you have other funding sources, or in other words, secure other funding sources. Most grant programs will only give you a certain percentage of a total budget for a project. What does that mean? They might give you 50 to 75% of a project. So if you're going to spend $1,000, they're only going to give you $500 to $750. You, therefore, have to pay the difference, that remaining $500 to $250, depending on how much you're getting funded. So if you don't have this money, or if you don't make it clear that you have this money, the organization is not going to fund your program. They're not going to give money to somebody that's a maybe. They want to give money to people that are sure bets. And if you don't have other funding sources, you are not a sure bet. So while you have the time, make sure you implement these 5 things and definitely make sure that you have that money, that funding source, that other funding source to pay and bankroll for your project. Okay? So these are 5 big things that you should be doing right now. You could do them literally after watching this video and put yourself into a position to apply for your first grant and increase the odds of actually winning that funding. There's a lot of different grant programs available, and I'm going to be talking a lot more about this in future videos, but I hope you got value out of this one so far. And if you can, please share it with somebody that you know will benefit from this knowledge. If you haven't already, definitely hit the bell and the subscribe button below and stay tuned for more helpful videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this stuff in the future, and I'm excited to teach you guys more about grants. I'll see you soon. Peace out.
5.